Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Goetia on Nintendo Switch. Yeah. They all say barely visible, but every time you do that, it's like completely black in the game. I don't know. Who in the heck calibrates their monitors when they develop games? But they ought to be fired. Sound has a particular importance in Goetia, especially in certain puzzles. For an optimal experience, it is sit in a quiet and dark place and put on headphones. Or have surround sound. Why do they always assume you don't have surround sound? Probably because most people don't, but still. Is this a gravestone? Oh crap, it's me. I can't see myself. There's no one here. No, this isn't right. Good. Seems I can still move. In a way. I can also see things. But I don't feel anything. Stay calm. Something's wrong. Think, Abigail. I know this tree. I'm outside the manor. I just need to think. No, this is wrong. I need to find help. Help! Father! Mother! Annie! Journal. Abigail writes down all her thoughts in her journal. Each time this notebook icon appears, you can see her latest ideas regarding recent events. Perhaps they'll reveal some hints about her next goal. Press the direction button down to open the journal. The Awakening. I am Abigail Blackwood, daughter of Abraham and Helena Blackwood, and Annie's sister. To be honest, that's all I remember after the fall and my final scream. I don't really understand what I am or what's happening. I need to find help. I need to find my family. Abigail Blackwood, 1890 to 1902. Well, at least that makes things clear now. I like this tree, but in my memory it was a bit more impressive, even in winter. I remember a path to the village, but I'd rather stay here for now. I don't think I'm very presentable at the moment. Ah, there's the speed up button. ZL. That's strange. There's a hexagonal shape carved out of the pedestal, as if something had been taken out. I don't think I saw that before. Clues. By holding the minus button, you can highlight every noticeable element in the scene. A magnifying glass will appear on every interactable object. The gate is closed and covered in rust? How can I open it? Must maybe... excuse me, must maybe I sneeze. Unless maybe I could go through it? Here it goes, go through it. No leaves on that tree. Well, we're still in winter, but I don't feel cold. Blackwood Manor, just like in my memories. I was born and died here? I remember this window. That's where I fell. It was cold. Map. Abigail's progress is displayed in real time on the map. The map will show show you which rooms you've entered and those that are still out of reach. Be sure to check it regularly. You can also teleport to some rooms directly. Supposing that you're not possessing an object. Those will be colored in yellow. Press the direction button left to open the map. There's a thing. Yes. A light? Maybe there's someone there who can help me. Or get scared by you. I was here. I fell out of this window. It was an accident, but I clearly remember falling here. Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ by Lewis Wallace. Leaving a book out of its shelf isn't in Annie's habits. Someone's drawn some symbols here. Does this have anything to do with demonology? Father's studies. I can't work out which demons these symbols represent. I really need help. Well, clearly, these walls clearly don't want anything to go through them. Is there a way to get through? Get in. Going through the gate was easy, but such an obstacle? Impossible. It's terrifying, but rather handy. Have drawn this map. The names remind me of my father's studies, but he would never have taken his documents out of his office. Oh boy, a map. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember any of this. Codex. Each note, journal, book, and poster you read is stored in the codex. No need to retrace your steps, everything's here. Press the direction button up to open the codex. Let's see, the manor is empty and there's no signs of inhabitants. I can feel a presence, however, and it seems it was abandoned only recently. Some of the walls and ceilings bear sigils. I've seen them before. Father used to study them. Did he draw them? And why did they prevent me from going deeper into the manor? I might find answers on the upper floors, but first of all, I have to get through those barriers. These stairs aren't quite as impressive as I remember. They're covered in dust. Damaged tableware. The manor seems abandoned. I don't understand. My grandparents used to hunt deer in the woods on the manor grounds. Good evening, Jack, Rufus, Ted, Molly. Oh, she's giving them names. Okay. I was like, good evening, what? You ever been in an old house that just, like, made noise? It just constantly made noise. You turn it off in your brain after a while, but yeah. People who are visiting, they're not really all that comfortable with that. It doesn't look like any of the clocks in the manor are working, but I'm not particularly worried about that right now. Alice in Wonderland? What's this doing in Mother's library? There's a note hidden between the pages. The handwriting's rather clumsy. It doesn't look much different from mine. It must have been written by a child. Oh my god, am I reading all this? No way. It was the white rabbit trotting slowly back again, and... Okay, let's read the note. Just pause the video if you want to read that. Edward, Alexander and I sneaked into Father's laboratory, and we found something interesting. There's this weird powder. I will show you how it reveals hidden writings. Know this. You just have to pair the powder on the paper to reveal the ink. Pour the powder on the paper to reveal the ink. Alexander told me to keep some of it. Now we can start writing coded messages. R. R. Beginnings of a dildo? I'm not really sure what that is. Come on, they had it existed for a long time. My mother's favorite cane. Books on botany and chemistry. Nothing I need right now. I can go down? Really? I guess I'm a ghost. So. A small part of Grandfather's mineral collection. I don't recognize this chair. Everything's so dilapidated. These sheets have been folded neatly. Someone still cares about these things. A view of the manor in the fog. Something about this painting troubles me, but I can't tell what. This couch seems comfortable enough to have a rest, but if only I could. Oh, I can open doors too. Well, let's open this one. Aha. These walls clearly don't want anything to go through them. Is there a way to get through? I've never seen this dresser open. I think Father was hiding important documents inside. I can't open it. One of Father's most disconcerting hobbies, collecting keys for which there was no keyhole. Why would anyone hide the Virgin Mary behind lock and key? Possession. Abigail just possessed an object. She is now able to move it, use it, or combine it with another. On the other hand, as an object, Abigail gains a foothold in the world of the living and has to accept its rules. No object can cross a wall. I really want to know what this switch is for. Something important has been hidden in this cupboard. some accounting invoices, deeds of property, and what's this? Certified copy of an entry of death. Death of subdistrict, blah 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 blah. Edmund, male, 76. Death certificate with father's name on it? It's impossible. I can't believe it. He was 76? But how? What happened to me? What about Mother and Annie? 1939? My last memories date back to 1902. This must be a bad dream. So much of this doesn't make any sense. I need to understand what's going on. Father's office. He must have taken notes. Maybe his research can help me. It's 1941. Almost 4 decades have passed, but in a few seconds, Father is gone, and probably Mother too. What about Annie? She must still be alive. She'll have answers for me. I never really liked newspapers. Wait, 2 February 1941? No, that can't. It's been 39 years? That's impossible. This is a nightmare. Different plants, different books. Something's going on here. Books about magic? Not a science I'm familiar with. These books seem important, and they're well worn. Have you ever heard the story of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun? Let me tell you our version of that ancient story. A man who thought himself a great alchemist, a master of the elements of nature, found an old forgotten grimoire that would teach him to summon demons and command them to carry out whatever he wanted. Now this man gained his power by following the lead of those before him. That is to say, he had used the results from experiments performed by other masters to appear wise to those around him. However, while he was good at applying that which he had learned from others, his ability to think on his feet and to reason was lacking. This man loved a woman whom he had never spoken to. He watched her from afar, admiring her beauty and dreaming of what it would be like if she was to be his wife. He spent so much time in the world of fantasy where she was his that his obsession had started to take a toll on him. He couldn't sleep, eat, and became isolated from his friends. The directions in the book were clearly laid out, and because of his adeptness at following instructions in the alchemical manuals, he thought he would master demons as quickly as he would master alchemy. Out of desperation for this woman, he summoned a demon named Belith, who, it was said, could create love between a man and a woman. Sensing his desperation, the demon came to his summons, and the man was sure that it was his skill that brought Belith to him so quickly. He commanded the demon to bring his love to him, with haste and without harm befalling her. The demon laughed, saying it was an easy task, as the woman fell the same way as the man, but he would require but a single form from the man to ensure success. Ecstatic, the man agreed to whatever Belith needed to accomplish the task. The demon dictated a love letter to him, telling him to send it to his love on a specific date, using the exact words he gave him. After the man dismissed the demon, he immediately wrote the letter, and Belith dictated to him, word for word, and set it aside, waiting for the appointed day to mail his note. When the day came to mail the letter, his love went to a spiritualist to speak to her beloved mother, who had passed when she was young. When the medium called the spirit of her mother, Belith came in disguise and told her of the letter that she would receive. He told her the man who wrote it was a necromancer and meant to do her family harm. Knowing exactly what the man had written, Belith easily scared off the man's love and destroyed his reputation in the process. Just like Icarus, his overconfidence had destroyed him. However, we can learn one more lesson. Without the ability to reason, to create and innovate, a master is not a master. Never take what you read or see at face value, and that includes anything and everything. I write you. Frankenstein, written by Mary Shelley. Something's written in the margin. Property of Alexander Hodgkin. That name's new to me. Mother, since you will not listen to reason, I must stop you myself. I apologize for stealing your wares, but I see no other way. Gabriel may be the oldest, but he has no idea what you are up to. I will be back for young Edward and Robert. I forbid you from trying anything with them, or you will dearly regret it. This has all gone on long enough. Farewell, A. Pencils, notebooks, and newspapers. There's a massive book on the shelf. It must be important. I might be somewhat altered, but even so, there's no way I can read that book without finding a way to get it off the showcase. Father may not have been fond of horses. Father may not have been fond of horses. This statue is gorgeous, but I don't remember it either. The showcase is locked. Can't get this book off the shelf. I used to hide in this wardrobe, and he never found me in there. A hollowed skull, one of Mother's eccentricities. I suppose it must have come from the upstairs library. The pen is mightier than the sword, and treasures do hide in the written word. I should try to remember this. Smoked garlic? I used to love that smell, but the memory is fading. These plates haven't been properly washed. The meals weren't finished either. There's a sheet of paper on the wall, but why is it blank? How odd. There's no food on these shelves. No one's planned on settling in here. Something's preventing me from going any further. It must have something to do with those strange metal sheets bolted to the wall. There's a combination lock on the door. A thick metal door. It also looks like it's made of lead. These sheets are made of metal. Lead, maybe. young brother. My young brother. It's been a while since I haven't put your keen mind to the test. How would you feel about a paper chase? First clue. Chariot. Happy hunting. R. Somebody made sure the room next to the kitchen would be out of bounds for me and other beings. What could be so precious to be protected in such a way? If I can't reach that room, I'm sure I'll find vital clues. Oh, if I can't reach the room, I'm sure I'll find vital clues, yeah. Oh, what the heck? Feathers? Good evening, young lady. Who are you? Oh, come now. You wound me. We are already acquainted. Of course, it was some time ago, and you may not have even seen that I was there. I am one of the kind your father did so love to talk about, even if he elected not to teach you much about me in particular. My current form, shall we say, should be something of a hint. You're one of the demons that father was studying. A raven? You must be Malthus. But demons don't exist. It was just an unpleasant hobby of his. I suppose you must be right. After all, that would be simply absurd. Not unlike believing in ghosts, perhaps. I must say, I'm rather surprised to see you here right now. No matter. I'm almost flattered you could recognize me. It means that mankind has not quite forgotten about me yet. Not completely, at least. What do you want? What do I want? Oh, I see. Abraham must have taught you that I would require a favor if you were so impertinent as to summon me. But in your case, young lady, I chose to appear before you. You did not summon me, and thus we can dispense with the quid pro quo. I suppose I simply wanted to, well, chirp with someone, perhaps? Chirp? Fine, but what are you doing here? Aha! Now that is quite an interesting question. What that I could answer it. You mean you don't know? Not exactly. I do recall that I was summoned, but in a most unusual way. Annie, she called me, and we chirped for a time. But she deceived me, and trapped me within these walls. All I know is that some part of me remained in the cozy confines of hell, while the remainder, well, is the manor itself, or something like that. Like when I possess an object? It does indeed seem the same forces are at work here. And why are you preventing me from going any further? I'm doing nothing of the sort. Or rather, not consciously. You see, my girl, we are both pure spirits here, and it seems that our essences cannot collaborate, shall we say. I promise you I would simply love for you to proceed. I dare say that you are the only one who can free me. The sigil on the ceiling, could it be a hint? An answer? Such a keen mind. If it is not the answer itself, it must be part of it. My sigil is not complete in this form. It cannot be seen by man, much to my immense sorrow. The sigil you see only represents half of my being, the part that remains in hell. There is another sigil. In fact, it is the opposite of this one. It represents the part of me that is trapped here, among the living. Should you manage to find and decipher it, I would be free to leave this world. I knew you wanted something after all. Exposed! Yes, and it seems we both need each other. I expect that I can rely on you. You have Blackwood blood running through your veins. After all, if you'll pardon the expression. Wait, you? He disappeared. Not quite. Do keep up the good work, Abigail. Simply forget I'm watching your every move. Oh, that just got super weird. Huh? Robert Hodkin, 1940 to 1940, 14 years old. Gabriel Hodkin, February 1939, 31 years old. The glasses are still full, as if people left in a hurry. Annie Hodkin, November 1940. Annie Hodkin? Annie Hodkin. Annie? As a grown-up? I still recognize her, though. Alexander Hodkin, 28 years old. I will never know the taste of this wine. Edward Hodkin, 1940, 10 years old. I suppose I have to remember those numbers, don't I? This ruined tower reminds me of one of the villagers. This ruined tower reminds me of one of the villagers we were talking about in the woods on the estate. There's dear Mrs. Ward, the housekeeper, and she has her keys, even in this painting. The seat was, of course, Father's armchair. This wardrobe's not really my style. This bronze statue is superb. Is it an eagle or a falcon? Details count. DOTS. It's a little notebook. Some of his pages have been torn away. Perhaps they're still around somewhere. That's a strange place for an office. I should stay in the manor. I can't imagine who would be out wandering in the woods right now. Malphus claims that an opposing sigil will free him and his fellow demons. I don't really trust him, but this is the only way to get answers and find Annie, and rid the manor of these evil entities. Good Lord, Annie, what have you done? Why do you invite several demons into Blackwood Manor? What is this foolish project of yours? The feather. When I'm close to this feather, I feel like something is calling to me, but the feeling is vague. I must be missing something. Someone threw this note into the fireplace, but it didn't burn. It mentioned some sort of treasure hunt, created by someone named R to his brother. Maybe the reward could be interesting? An empty notebook, a torn page, and an object that calls to me, whose message I must decipher. Eagle or falcon? Dots. This box contains some kind of white powder. Some of the stage's been torn, but there's somewhere around, yeah. It's interesting you could take that pretty far with you. I'm such a hoarder. All my items in one place. Don't recognize Father's handwriting on this. Writing a journal has never interested me up until now, but these past few days I felt the need for it. All of these things are crowding my mind, and I can barely sleep. Found Father's precious notes today. I discovered what took up all of his time: an incredible collection of documents, vague references, and crazy writings about demons and seals, names I know nothing about, enigmatic symbols, drawings, a huge number of documents he used to share with my sweet Abigail an eternity ago. My first instinct was to close this box and put it back where I found it, but curiosity is consuming me. 2403. I am vicariously reading Father's documents and am starting to make sense out of them. Maybe he wasn't as mad as his isolation let it out. What I took for a time-consuming hobby was actually an in-depth study of an ancient cult whose name Goetia. The idea still seems crazy, and maybe it is. Goetia was used to call forth demons to ask questions or favors of them. A very human tradition. But these summonings seem to have been possible. Father seemed interested in 5 of these demons: Malphus, Brune, Paimon, Ferris, and Nabarus. These notes are very detailed about rituals, formulas, personalities of each entity. Strengths and weaknesses have difficulty believing they really exist. However, Father's studies are so thorough and precise that I'm beginning to have doubts. 1205. Curiosity is guiding me towards knowledge. I tried some of the rituals this past week, and I'm happy I can isolate myself, as I feel so... it feels somewhat ridiculous saying out loud the summoning words taken from a strange language I have had no success yet. This is quite time-consuming to me. I spend entire days writing down questions I want to ask the demons, as well as behavior and words I should await in their presence. I chose Malphus. He seemed to be the less damaged of the demons among those I read about, and I hope he is not dangerous. But he doesn't seem to hear me. I'm growing desperate. War is coming. I can feel it. The people of Oakmarsh are different, nervous. The enemy is far from our front door, however, and I can't stop but feeling they are reacting strangely to my own presence. I couldn't explain this feeling. 1507. I feel foolish, confused. I can't sleep. I can't believe it. Malphus answered. I first perceived an indescribable noise, as a huge hammer was hitting the walls around me. Then a wind filled the room, coming from under the doors. I wish they just would have typed this out. Really? Does it have to be this italics? I swear I heard the rustle of feathers, as if thousands of birds are flying around the room. When he started speaking to me, I froze, too stunned to utter a single word. This demon is particularly charismatic. My first thought went to my beloved sister. Abigail would have been so impressed, astonished, moved. I asked the questions I cared answers for. Was Abigail with him? Could he find her? He laughed. Malphus has a very charming laugh. Very soft. He told me he couldn't bring her back. Out that she was well. She couldn't bring her back. He told me I couldn't bring her back, but that she was well. I should feel calm, but my thirst for answers isn't calmed. 2207. Malphus and I are growing to know each other. It feels so strange to write this, and ever more strange to live it. The demon is particularly caring, and I sometimes forget he is an entity by far superior to us poor humans. It seems I am, for him, a welcome distraction. He has had little occasion to talk with the thing that living these past 5 millennia. I sometimes think of my dear Joseph and feel a guilty relief that he should no longer be of this world. If Father were still alive, my research and my success would have surely filled him with pride. And Abigail, who often mocked my when faced with Father's experiments, and Abigail, who often mocked my whatever. Can she only see me today? Would you be proud of your older sister? I keep my research from my children's reach. They are too young to understand what it is at stake, but maybe I can start talking about it with Gabriel. I'm looking forward to showing my knowledge of the rituals tied to Goetia. But maybe they suspect something. Alexander seems weary lately. 8:10. They are here. They started bombing London yesterday. Mrs. Matthews and her husband left Oakmarsh a few days ago, leaving everything behind. I'm worried what will my children grow up. I'm worried. What world will my children grow up in? Can I ever imagine what tomorrow will look like? When I asked Malphus, he had this amused look he often has. The one that always annoys me so much. Arrogant heap of feathers. He doesn't care, of course. Hell is far more peaceful. Hell is a far more peaceful place than Earth, he said. 12:10. I exchanged a few words today with Elias, the knicker. I couldn't stand not showing my research, but his reaction surprised me. He told me he had been eagerly waiting for this day. Who other than me could know so much about the subject? The vicar offered me his help. How could a man of God conduct such research, trying to call forth demons? I think I'll accept his offer. I only browsed through some of Father's work, and demonic incantations is only a small part of the Goetia, and I can't count on Malthus, who refuses to answer my questions on the subject. But that malicious bird can laugh as much as he wants. I'll get my answers. 02:11. Oakmarsh is now empty. I have a ghost town at my door. Goetia isn't a discrete art, and I suppose the last rituals conceived are. And I suppose the last rituals convinced the barest, or the bravest of them, to leave their home and let them go. And I don't need their idiotic prejudices. Hate the fact that it's challenging just reading the words. Damn it. When our enemies will be at our doors, at least I will have something to welcome them with. 05:11. Gabriel, my sweet Gabriel. I was sure you'd understand. Love you so much. Robert, Edward, I hope you'll understand the importance of this quest. 12:2. There is no hope left. I won't be here when these disgusting invaders arrive, but let them try and get close to my children. They will regret it. Come and colonize Oakmarsh. See what I care. None of these short-sighted villagers supported me when I needed it. They don't deserve to be remembered, but if they come inside Blackwood Manor, I will rain down hell on them. 05:01. Thank you, Anton Elias, Pastor. Anton Elias, Pastor, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Everything will soon be ready. I won't be here to see the world crumble. You don't look as arrogant and mocking as before, Malthus. Don't worry. I'm not heartless. You won't be alone. A few friends will join you. The spell is sealed. Abigail, please wait for me. Hear me. Heed my call. Boy, how did I miss all that? Oh, that's right. I still have to get that thing open, don't I? No, let the chariot alone today. Its place, let them bring me a fifth horse. Thou hast it. He should be barebacked and fleet as others. Ildrim's wonder was aroused, and he summoned a servant immediately. Bid them bring the harness for the four, he said. The harness for the four, and the bridle of Sirius. Ildrim then arose. Sirius is my love, and I am his, O son of Aris. We have been comrades for 20 years. In tent, in battle, and in stages of the desert, we have been comrades. I will show him to you. Going to the division curtain, he held it while Ben-Hur passed under. The horse came to him in a body, one with a small head, luminous eyes, neck like the segment of a bended bow, a mighty chest curtained thickly by a profusion of mane, soft and wavy as a damsel's locks, nickered low and gladly at sight of him. Good horse, said the sheik, patting the dark brown cheek. Good horse, good morning. Turning then to Ben-Hur, he added, This is Sirius, father of the four here. Mira, the mother, awaits our return, being too precious to be hazarded in a region where there is a stronger hand than mine. And much I doubt, he laughed as he spoke, much I doubt, O son of Aris, if the tribe could endure her absence. She is their glory. They worship her. Did she gallop over them? They would laugh. 10,000 horsemen, some sons of the desert, will ask today, Have you heard of Mira? And to that answer, to the answer, she is well, they say. God is good. Blessed be God. Mira, Sirius, names of stars. Are they not, O Sheik? Asked Ben-Hur, going to each of the four, and the sire offering his hand. And why not? Replied Ildrim. Were thou ever abroad on the desert at night? No. Then thou canst know how much we Arabs depend upon the stars. We borrow their names in gratitude, and give them in love. My father had their Miras, and I have mine, and these children are stars no less. There, see thou, is Rigel, and there Antares, and this one Altair, and whom he goest to now is Aldebaran, the youngest of the brood, but none the worse for that. But none the worse for that. No, not he. Against the wind he will carry thee until against the wind he will carry thee till it roar in thy ears like Alcaba, and he will go where thou sayest, son of Arius. Aye, but the glory of Solomon, he will take thee to the lion's jaws if thou darest so much. The harness was brought. With his own hands Ben-Hur equipped the horse, and his own hand led him out of the tent, and there attached the reins. Bring me Sirius, he said. An Arab could not have better sprung to his seat on the courser's back. And now the reins. They were given him and carefully separated. Okay, so horses is... No, can't do that. Can't do that. Horses highlighted. Well, I think you get the idea. This is audap. You're watching Goetia on Nintendo Switch. I think it's really interesting. It has some good atmosphere. If it wasn't for the italicized writing and all the journals and stuff, I would like it better. I think it'd be interesting to go through this one. Although I've got like a million other games to play, but I do want to see this one to the end. So hopefully, as I finish games, then I will add this to my backlog, and we can go through it together. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.